Hi and welcome back. Michelle Sparks with you, and this is video 3 in a series of 5, and we're looking at 4 keys to help you get free from an eating disorder or disordered eating experience. The first key we spoke about was adjusting your vision and seeing that your destination is not the eating disorder, it's freedom and wholeness, to feel good about yourself. So key number 2 is to make a decision. And please understand, I'm not asking you to do that just yet. You may not be ready to do that, but I am saying that that is key number 2. And I believe that comes after you can see that the solution that you're currently trying is not working. So that's why key number 1 is so important. And if you need more help to get key number 1, I will help you. But key number 2 is to make a decision. And that decision is to stop spinning your wheels. You may now see that spinning your wheels is not taking you where you want to go. But now you need to make a decision to stop spinning your wheels, to stop the eating disordered behaviours, the restricting, the purging, the continuing back on the restrict cycle. That may seem impossible. You might think, Michelle, you have got to be kidding. I have no idea what else to do. And I totally get that. I totally get that. You will need help. That's why I'm doing this. Okay, a couple of things. Back to the car analogy. While you keep spinning your wheels, you are actually getting more bogged down. You are spinning up more mud. You are getting more disconnected from what's going on inside you. And importantly, you are burning up precious fuel, and you may be burning out the motor. On that point, I want to say to you, if you are engaging in eating disordered behaviours like restricting, starving your body, purging, whether through vomiting or other ways, excessive exercise, laxatives, diuretics, whatever it is, I strongly recommend you see a doctor. Someone who is sympathetic, ask around. There's some good sites on the Facebook, eating disorder support groups. Ask around for a good GP in your areas, and I would just ring up. If you don't know one, I would ring up and I'd say, hey, I am struggling with disordered eating behaviours. I want to get better. Can you assess me so that I can just look after my physical health while I attend to the other issues that are going on? That's the truth of what you want to do. Now, that doctor may have some good referral sources for people who work in the area of eating disorder recovery in your area, and that will be fantastic. And so that's the first thing. If your doctor needs some good information and then they're helpful but they don't feel like they're competent in the area of eating disorders, I will put a link on my website, michellesparks.com. There's a very good publication by the National Eating Disorder Collaboration here in Australia that speaks to GPs. There's probably some wherever you are in the world, I'm sure there's something similar. But the first thing I want to say to you is you are going to need to make a decision to stop spinning your wheels. You're going to need to make a decision to stop the eating disordered behaviours. Okay. So, if you're not convinced about that yet, and I do understand that, I would say listen to my podcast, email me, michelle@michellesparks.com, follow me on Twitter @getfreefromED, ask questions, I can address them on the podcast, you can hear that, and that will help you to think about your options and why one thing might be better than another. You can read my book, Illuminating Anorexia. There is a free download on my website, and it's also available as a Kindle for, I think, $3.50, so it's very accessible. That will help you really see the futility of continuing on the eating disorder path. And really, I think it will underscore for you the fact that the behaviour will not take you, as it did me, it will not take us where we want to go. You can do that. A couple of other ideas is you can Google the Ansel Keys experiment. It's called the Minnesota Starvation Experiment. That will give you some good insight and understanding. There's another great article by Dr. Herman and Polivy, Peter Herman and Janet Polivy. It's Fat is a Psychological Issue. I have a copy of that, and Dr. Polivy has kindly let me make that available to you because it's not available anywhere else in electronic form. So if you want to read that, it's an old article actually, but it's fantastic. It really underscores the fact that restricting food never works. It's the template for an eating disorder, but it's also, even if you're not in an eating disorder space, it creates a lot of stress, it creates a lot of rigidity in your thinking. It really sets you up for stress and failure. So that is a fantastic article. All of these will help undergird your strength of resolve. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help you strengthen your resolve to make the decision to stop spinning your wheels. So just to recap, first step, lift your vision, adjust your vision, see your destination. It's not the eating disorder, it's freedom. Step 2 is to make a decision to stop the eating disordered behaviours. You are going to need to do that. You are going to need to make a decision. You will need help with that, and that's more about key 3 and 4. But the second thing is you do need to make a decision, and to strengthen your resolve, listen to my podcast, maybe read my book, Google the Minnesota experiment. You can also look at this other article that I have, or anything that talks about the fact that diets don't work. Okay, so back for key number 3 in just a moment.